Good evening, Stevens Point. I'm Erica Baker.
And I'm Rachael Ellis.
This week on SPTV News, another stabbing in Stevens Point. Avengers Endgame is set to break box office records. A border security requires additional funding.
All of this and more when we return.
Early on Tuesday, April 13th, a 20-year-old female stabbed her roommate, a 19-year-old male who sustained non-life-threatening injuries. Stevens Point police responded to the disturbance, but the woman was gone when they arrived on the scene. Plover police found her, and both involved in the incident were transported by ambulance to St. Michael's Hospital, where they were treated for wounds they had sustained from the matter. They were arrested for disorderly conduct with domestic enhancer. They were both released from the Portage County Jail the morning of May 1st.
Officials at Ohio University have expelled the Sigma Pi fraternity. The White family attorney says what happened was a hazing incident. Sierra Johnson has the story.
Letters sent to the Epsilon chapter of Sigma Pi from the University Hearing Board paint a vivid picture of what allegedly played out inside of this house on a hill. The home on Mill Street served as additional housing for fraternity members, and according to these documents, it was ground zero for violations to the OU Student Code of Conduct. Following the death of 18-year-old Colin Wyant, a Sigma Pi pledge, a board determined the activity of the fraternity warranted their expulsion. University officials found the Epsilon chapter guilty of all but one violation, including 4 violations to university hazing rules, 3 violations to university alcohol and drug policy, and 2 violations classified as harmful behavior. Findings egregious enough to deny an appeal by Sigma Pi twice and expel them from the Athens campus effective immediately.
I mean, you've got sleep deprivation, you have physical brutality, whippings, beatings.
Sean Alto, an associate with Cooper Elliott, the firm representing the Wyant family, says the detailed findings paint a familiar picture.
In going through this, point by point, just lined up with what we already knew.
This attorney says the recent findings not only corroborate their claims that hazing caused the teen's death, a case they filed against both local and national chapters of Sigma Pi, but also offer the family relief.
This information will be very useful to us as we move forward with the lawsuit.
In Columbus, Sierra Johnson, 10 TV News.
Freshman Colin Wyant died last November. The Sigma Pi fraternity was charged with 10 violations of the Student Code of Conduct.
Spring 2019 commencement ceremonies are going to be held on May 18th at 9:30 a.m. for College of Letters and Science and College of Natural Resources. The 2 p.m. ceremony will be for the College of Professional Studies and College of Fine Arts and Communication. Both ceremonies will be located in the Multi-Activity Center, Marshfield Clinic Health System Champions Hall, formerly the Health Enhancement Center, and is estimated to be about 2.5 hours. Graduates are required to be an hour early to their graduation section and meet at the Quant Fieldhouse. Doors for guests will open an hour before as well. All parking lots will be open and free of charge to the public on Saturday, May 18th, except for Lot L. Each graduate is allotted 6 general admission tickets free of charge. To obtain them, graduates must reserve them online. After May 12th, any tickets not reserved will be given to those who have requested more for family to attend the ceremony.
UWSP is hosting free classes taught by experts on the first steps of starting a business. Jake Zahn takes a closer look at the story.
On Wednesday, May 8th, from 6:30 to 9 p.m., UWSP will begin hosting classes for the first steps to starting a business.
My name is Melissa Meschke. I'm the director of the Small Business Development Center here at UWSP. We put on the first steps to starting a business once a month across various counties that we cover. And we do run the program. Mark and I usually sit on the panel, and we have a experienced business owner that presents the main event. We hold this at 4 different locations at the Chambers of Commerce at Wisconsin Rapids, Marshfield, Stevens Point, and Wapaka.
She even goes over the types of topics that will be discussed during this event.
The topics for this conversation, it's really an open conversation. So we talk a lot about the difference between a hobby and a business. We also do talk about business feasibility. So really, what would it take to run this business, or does it even make sense to run it as a business? And we do open it up then at the end to a panel discussion. And in that panel discussion, we go over things like the difference between an LLC and a sole proprietorship, what it takes to get business insurance, market research, and the various other aspects that someone would need to know to run their business. It's easy to register. All you have to do is go to our website, uwsp.edu/SPDC, and click on First Steps to Starting a Business in the menu. Once on that page, you'll find our online registration system. You can gather more information about the program there, as well as go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/UWSP-SBDC, and you'll find the event there with additional information as well.
I'm Zahn, reporting from SPTV News.
To find out more information, contact the Small Business Development Center on campus.
All students are invited to the 4th annual UW Stevens Point Day of Giving, bringing the university's 125th anniversary celebrations to a close. On May 7th, several events are taking place to help raise funds to give back to the students through scholarships. The Day of Giving is about celebrating Pointer pride, but also remembering that as another school year ends, it is important to give back. For more information on the Day of Giving events, check out their webpage through UWSP or campus announcements.
The semester is coming to a close, and UWSP is encouraging students to spend or donate the remaining dog dollars. Although the dog dollars do roll over between fall and spring semesters, that is not the case from spring to fall semesters. Buying items in bulk ends this Friday, May 3rd at 8 p.m. Looking ahead to 2019 and spring of 2020, dog dollar plans will be increasing in value and providing options to students. The plans that will be available next year will be $1,545 or $1,775. Both of these dog dollar plans are an increase from the current plan. To find out more about the dog dollar plans, check out the dining and summer conferences on their website.
Acapella UWSP is hosting their spring concert, Another Day of Sun, on May 11th in the DUC Laird Room. SPTV's Michael Wengrzyn has more.
Acapella UWSP is hosting its final concert of the semester called Another Day of Sun, which will bring a positive and bright attitude to those who are looking to have a good time before the end of the semester.
Another Day of Sun is all about enjoying the end of the semester. It's all about enjoying the summer, enjoying the light, being able to be out where it's warm, and just enjoying your time and being free and having just a blast with the people that you care about.
Tickets are already on sale for the event, with proceeds and sales from the additional bake sale going to the Boys and Girls Club right here in Stevens Point.
There's a local Boys and Girls Club that's right near here on campus, and we're trying to use this as a way to give back to the community that gave so much to us. One of the big things that one of the reasons that we chose the Boys and Girls Club is because it is in like a really nice central location, and all the things that it does for just the people around, all the things it does for a lot of the students here, and to be able to give back is something that really means a lot to us.
3 out of the 4 a cappella groups will be performing, with all of them joining together at the end for an ensemble finale. This event will be an opportunity for members to perform in their groups and showcase their talents to the rest of the students on campus.
They can expect to get fantastic music. They can expect to see all kinds of different groups. They can expect to see just, I don't know, something a little different from what they're used to. And I'm excited for that.
The event is scheduled for May 11th in the DUC Laird Room. This is Michael Wengrzyn reporting for SPTV News.
For more information or to purchase tickets for this event, visit the University Information and Ticket Desk in the DUC.
On May 16th, the Department of Psychology and Biology is hosting the famous neuroscientist Dr. Rizzolatti from Italy to host a special guest lecture. He will be discussing his groundbreaking discovery of the mirror neurons in our brains, which are responsible for processing empathy and an understanding of the people around us. Dr. Rizzolatti is a professor of human psychology at the University of Parma in Italy. The talk will take place in room 135 from 3 to 4 p.m. in the Chemistry and Biology building on our campus. If you would like more information about the event, contact the College of Letters and Sciences. 125,000
Service Challenge is an event that is a part of the UW Stevens Point. UWSP is challenging alumni, students, faculty, staff, friends, and community members to show all the ways Pointers give back. SPTV's Wengrzyn Lee has more.
125K Service Challenge is open to public and all UWSP students. It doesn't matter whether that community is your own family, the town where you live, the state, the nation, or the world. Being a pointer, in other words, requires a determination to make the world a better place. To honor UWSP 125th year, please record your service hour to reach a goal of 125,000 volunteer hours total. Also, any and all volunteering counts toward the 125K goal. It doesn't matter if it's on campus or in the community. At your local Boys and Girls Club, Humane Society, Food Pantry, YMCA, or anywhere else. All volunteer hours count. Come to help celebrate UW Stevens Point 125th anniversary by participating in the 125K Service Challenge. For SPTV News, this is Wengrzyn Lee.
To participate, visit the UWSP website and search 125K and click on the 125K Service Challenge to log your hours and join in the challenge.
On April 30th, all the folders and files in My Files were set to read only. This change allows users to open, read, and delete files. The systems will deny access to edit any files on the server. UWSP's IT service desk encourages everyone to copy their files onto OneDrive to save the files, but also free up server space. On May 31st, UWSP's My Files will be turned off and no longer available. Any files stored on this server will no longer be available. That's all of the news stories we have for you tonight.
Coming up next, we have Joey with SPTV Sports. We'll be back after the break.
Serving a campus of 9,600 strong, we are the home of UWSP Television. We are SPTV. You can find us on Charter Channel 983, online, or on any of our social media sites.
Very welcoming place. Even if you don't know what support you need, just coming down, we can look at individual schedules and talk about all the different options that are available.
I believe that the TLC can definitely help students even for the slightest little bit. The writing lab, especially because you're going to have to write papers for any of the classes, they're able to proofread those and give you feedback on those.
The writing lab has been around since 1973, and it's the second oldest writing lab in the United States, which is kind of cool.
I was surprised by everything that I learned about TLC because I didn't realize there were so many resources for students.
To see more students down here. I mean, it's great that we have 35% of the student population utilizing us, but that means that we have 65% that didn't utilize us, and I know we have support services that could benefit just about everybody.
It means to me that I'm able to add another link between the TLC and the students. I know that as a big organization, it's kind of hard to get word out to the students, especially because they're not going out and meeting with the students or being part of their classes or anything like that. So having that extra link probably helps them out a lot.
And when you come down, there's free coffee, tea, and hot cocoa, so make themselves at home and learn a little bit about how they can be supported.
Welcome back. The Pointers baseball team was swept in a doubleheader on the road Sunday against UW Stout. In Game 1, the Blue Devils jumped out to a 6-0 lead after the 4th inning, but the Pointers battled back with 4 runs of their own to make it a 2-run game after the 6th. UW Stout would increase their lead to 8 runs in the 7th and never looked back, winning 12-4. Aaron Simmons had 3 hits and 2 RBIs, while Nate Jackin had 2 hits and scored 2 runs. Game 2 was not any better for Stevens Point as the Pointers put up only 6 hits, but were unable to score as the Blue Devils shut out the Pointers 5-0. Aaron Simmons was the only Pointer to record more than 1 hit during the game. The Pointers are now 14-20 on the season. They will close out the regular season with 2 doubleheaders this weekend against UW Whitewater. Moving on, the Pointers softball team closed out their regular season on Sunday, losing both games of their doubleheader against UW Stout. In Game 1, the Blue Devils jumped out to a 5-0 lead after the 1st inning, and the Pointers never got on the board, losing in a 7-0 shutout. Maddie Keandre and Sammy Berger combined to get 4 out of 6 hits for the Pointers. In Game 2, the Pointers fell behind early on and found themselves down 5-0 after the 5th inning. The Pointers tried to put together a comeback effort in the top of the 7th inning, scoring 2 runs, but could not pull it off as they lost Game 2 5-2. Maddie Keandre led the team with 2 hits and an RBI in the effort. The Pointers did not qualify for the WIAC Championship this weekend. They finished their season with a final record of 17-20-1. The Milwaukee Brewers lost to the Colorado Rockies 11-4 Wednesday night at Miller Park. The 2 teams were within at least 1 run of each other for most of the game until the 8th inning, when the Rockies broke away with scoring 4 runs. Corbin Burns took the loss for the Brewers, while Mike Moustakis and Ben Gamble combined to get all 4 RBIs. Earlier today, the Brewers and Rockies played the final game of their 4-game series, in which the Rockies won 11-6. The series was split with each team winning 2 games. The Brewers are 17-16 on the season and will host a 3-game series against the New York Mets starting on Friday night at Miller Park. The 2019 NFL Draft took place in Nashville this past weekend, and the Green Bay Packers held 2 draft picks in the first round Thursday night. With the 12th overall pick, the Packers selected linebacker Rashawn Gary from the University of Michigan. Later in the round, the Packers would trade with the Seattle Seahawks the 30th overall pick and 2 fourth-round picks to move up to 21st overall with this acquired pick. The Packers selected safety Darnell Savage from the University of Maryland. Gary and Savage, as well as the rest of the Packers' newest draft class, will report to Green Bay for the rookie minicamp this weekend, Friday through Sunday. The Milwaukee Bucks defeated the Boston Celtics 123-102 in Game 2 of their second-round playoff series on Tuesday night. After taking a 4-point lead into halftime, the Bucks scored 39 points in the 3rd quarter and controlled the game from that point. Like many games this season, Giannis, Chris Middleton, and Eric Bledsoe led the team, combining for 78 points and 20 rebounds. The win ties the series up at 1 game apiece. The Bucks will look to take a commanding 2-1 series lead as they travel to Boston for Game 3 of the series on Friday night, with tip-off scheduled for 7 p.m. That's all the sports stories we have for you today. Up next is Sarah Sartell with entertainment. I'm Joey Huebsch with SPTV Sports.
Tobacco use is the largest preventable cause of death
and disease in the United States.
Cigarette smoke kills more than
480,000 Americans
each year.
41,000 of these deaths
are from exposure
to secondhand smoke.
Smoking harms nearly
every organ in the body. Every day,
More than
3,800 kids
under the age of 18
smoke their first cigarette. More than 16 million Americans
live with a smoking-related disease
on average.
Smokers die 10 years younger
than non-smokers.
Smoking causes
cancer,
heart disease,
strokes, lung diseases,
diabetes,
and chronic bronchitis.
Do you litter?
Of course not. Why would I?
I don't know. That's a great question. Why would someone litter?
They're lazy and inconsiderate of the environment.
Don't be lazy and inconsiderate of the environment, folks. You heard it here from Wyatt. Woo! Yes! What do you think about littering?
Bad.
Bad. It's terrible, right?
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
Yeah. What would you say to someone who litters?
Please do not litter. Throw it in the trash can.
This is a wise person I am talking to right now. She knows all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And so I believe that we should all do our part and keep our environment clean because we've only got one Earth and we're not gonna do any good to it by repeatedly destroying it. So,
yes. Do you litter?
No.
Why's that?
Because I want to save our planet and because I live here. And who doesn't want to save that? It is the opposite of beautiful. It is an ugly thing to litter.
That's true, it is.
It's true. So if someone was in front of you and they littered, what would you do?
Well, I'd probably pick it up, to be honest. I probably wouldn't confront them. I'm not very confrontational, but I'd definitely pick it up.
But you would do the right thing and you would pick it up.
Oh, for sure.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Because the earth is important.
Oh, 100%.
So don't litter, dudes.
Littering is not cool.
Thank you, Curtis.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
It's a university where professors know your name and get you involved in research.
They inspire us to realize big dreams.
At UW-Stevens Point, sustainability is what we stand for.
Our beautiful campus encourages exploration, developing new fields, and problem solving for the real world.
It's a great place to launch your career.
UW-Stevens Point is home.
Apply today at uwsp.edu.
Welcome back, Pointers. Last week, the film Avengers Endgame debuted in theaters. The long-awaited conclusion to the Infinity Saga in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is already breaking box office records. The film brought in $350 million during its opening weekend, breaking the opening weekend domestic record of $257 million held by Avengers Infinity War. The film also grossed $859 million internationally, which is currently the highest grossing film for an opening weekend of a film released internationally. In just 5 days, the film grossed over $1.2 billion at the global box office, which is the fastest a film has hit the billion-dollar mark at the box office. The film currently has grossed $1.4 billion and is projected to beat the current highest grossing film, Avatar, which has grossed $2.7 billion worldwide. Magician Nash Foong is coming to UWSP. The 36-year-old has performed on national TV, including the CW, NBC, Penn & Teller's Fool Us, and Sky Perfect TV in Japan, and has performed for many corporate events. He also does Magic for Birthday Dreams, an organization that creates birthday parties for children in homeless shelters. Foong's professionalism and friendly approach have served him well to create magic shows that combine magic, psychology, and mind tricks to stun audiences. Foong will be performing at UWSP on Saturday, May 4th at 8 p.m. in the DUC Encore Room. The event is free with a student ID or $5 without. Local band Beak Nasty will be performing in Stevens Point. The group began as a solo act by Wisconsin native Rylan Sabian, who DJ'd and produced hip-hop acts under the stage name speaker. In 2013, drummer Phil Aid began working with Sabian, and the group was renamed to Beak Nasty, and Aid taking on the stage name Foxy Dope. The band now performs nationally, aiming to spread the word of chill funk wherever they go. The group will be performing at the Brook House Tavern on Saturday, May 11th from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. The event is $7 to attend. The performance is restricted to people 21 and older. This past Wednesday, May 1st, Walt Disney World celebrated a major milestone for one of their 4 parks. Originally known as MGM Studios, but changed in 2008 to Hollywood Studios, celebrated their 30th anniversary. According to Disney Parks blog, the park is celebrating this magical day with debuting a new nighttime spectacular show on the Chinese theater, Wonderful World of Animation, showcasing the talent of animation that all started with a mouse. A parade showing a sneak peek of costumes, food, and a look of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge opening August 29th, a sneak peek of the new attraction Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad, and a new logo with limited edition merch. This is just the beginning of a magnificent year for Disney's Hollywood Studios. That's all the entertainment stories we have for you this week. Coming up next is Michael Wengrzyn with Pointer Politics. I'm Sarah Sartell with SPTV Entertainment.
The Media Studies is a program for people who love to tell stories, whether that be in written form, visual, or audio.
Media Studies is exciting because it's always fresh, it's always new.
Media is at the center of everything we do. More and more people are asked to engage with media and use media. Our program really provides students with skills and techniques to be better prepared for that in the future.
We offer courses in media production, both video and audio, nonfiction and fiction, music production, journalism, film studies.
Media Studies is a great way to get hands-on experience in the field that you're looking to do. They teach you the basic concept behind everything, and then they tell you to go do it.
We really pride ourselves on thinking of a wide set of opportunities that we can give our students.
The student organizations are a great asset. We have SPTV, the student television organization, 90 FM, the radio, and the Pointer, our student-run newspaper.
It's a great way for students to get involved, learn skills that they need for class, and meet new people.
Some great facilities where our students can hone their skills.
There's a giant studio in the center of the comm building. I've had quite a few classes in there.
A lot of our classes are very hands-on, they're very interpersonal.
You're getting the skills that will allow you to create your future, and I think that's what makes it a truly amazing experience for students.
There's an incredible range of options for graduates. We've had students go out and become independent contractors, work for radio stations, newspapers, with TV stations.
Everyone is different and they have their own unique style. In all the classes and all the student organizations you get involved in, you have a lot of flexibility to really create your own work and do it in a way that means something to you.
We're excited to see what students are making and what they want to make, and how we can help students get from where they are to where they want to be.
I'm in a video production class that's teaching me how to film documentaries. I'm also in a screenwriting class and I get to learn how to write movies. So I'm doing all these different cool things and I love it every day.
Warzala, the 7th largest book printer in North America, is hiring students for the semester. We are 100% employee-owned and located right here in Stevens Point, Wisconsin. All shifts currently hiring, with jobs starting at $10.80 an hour. Hours are flexible. For more information, contact the Warzala HR department.
Quiet on set.
We'll be back in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take Ben.
Live at SPTV, mic check, audio check, news directors adjusting the sound, teleprompter running smoothly. Floor director, alert! Cameras are rolling, bring in the talent. Where's the makeup artist? Anchors ready for the news. Are you ready to join SPTV? That's a wrap, lights out.
The White House requires an additional $4.5 billion for emergency spending for border security. Tuesday, April 30th, Acting Homeland Security Secretary Kevin McAleenan said, quote, "The department is running out of money amid a spike in migrants crossing the southern border. The request summary states the White House requires $3.3 billion for humanitarian efforts for families at the border and $1.1 billion for operational costs. Currently, they are seeking for the best possible route to access the funds due to the importances of border security. McAleenan believes there is a crisis that belongs on the front lines and is pushing for it to be solved. On Wednesday, May 1st, 9 lawsuits were filed against Wisconsin and Illinois on the count of the state laws preventing transgender individuals from changing their names due to specific criminal convictions. All the filed lawsuits argued that these states are violating free speech rights by preventing how these individuals identify themselves. 8 transgender women filed lawsuits from Cook County in Illinois, and 1 transgender woman lawsuit from Kenosha County in Wisconsin. The lawsuits are pursuing ways to stop the states from enforcing the laws. Illinois and Wisconsin are some of the states that have more restricting laws against name changes. Joe Biden's campaign for the presidency has just begun, but we already know what his favorite word seems to be. It's the F word, but not the F word you're thinking of. No, this F word is G-rated. CNN's Gene Moose reports.
Joe Biden is known for his folksy image, and boy, did he live up to it. Hey, folks. From the first words out of his mouth.
Folks, look, folks.
Get used to it, folks.
Look, folks. Folks, look.
Donald Trump may be famous for saying,
I know words, I have the best words.
But even President Trump doesn't spew the same word.
Folks.
At this rate, in a single speech.
Folks.
Biden's first speech as a 2020 presidential candidate in Iowa.
Folks, look. Folks,
As Trevor Noah put it,
people don't just love Joe Biden because he's a down-to-earth, everyday man. No, people love him because he's an adorable goofball.
Joe blew a few words.
To wage a war on Twitter. I think of it the first way.
The day before, he created his own word.
The UAW took incredible cuts in their future.
A cross between incredible and extraordinary, while President Trump prefers an earthy cuss word.
With ridiculous bull.
Biden makes BS sound quaint.
That's so much malarkey.
In a half-hour speech,
Folks, look.
we didn't look, we counted.
And folks, we've got to stop it.
We thought he stopped at 32, but later he stopped for a chocolate and vanilla ice cream cone, and Folksy Joe had one more to go.
Any of these folks want ice cream is on me.
Joe left $40. You're welcome, folks.
Biden will begin his official campaign trail later this month. That's all the politics we have for you this week. Now back to Erica and Rachel.
Thanks, Michael. That's all we have for you this week in SPTV News. This is our last broadcast of the semester.
It is, and we have a lot of thank yous that need to be said. First off, thank you to our dedicated audience for watching, for liking, for sharing. We can't do what we do without you, so thank you. I would also like to say thank you to our staff members who are leaving us this semester. We have our reporter, Wengrzyn Lee, who's transferring, and we have our 2 graduating seniors over here, Erica Baker and Joseph Huebsch. So thank you guys for a really good year. I'm really happy that I got to work with you over the past couple years, so thanks.
It has.
I would like to thank them. We would like to thank them for all of their hard work and wish them well in their endeavors. I would personally like to thank the entire executive staff for from 2018 to 2019. You guys have all done a really good job. It's been a really fun year, and I'm really happy I got to work with everyone. Thank you for all that you do. A big thank you also goes out to our general members as well. Whether you've been here with us for a semester, for a few weeks, a whole year, it doesn't matter. We really appreciate everything that you do for SPTV. Lastly, once again, thank you to everyone who watches, friends, parents, alum, professors, you name it. We can't do what we do without your support of this organization. So thank you very much.
Until next time, Stevens Point,
have a great night.